All right, hold up. Let me look again.
I was gonna make him a focus profile deck. I don't even know this person. I'm just showing him the quote first.
Where would you like us to wait for
It's not very.
Can you go double check? I don't think you. Hold up. I'm not seeing anything in here, but it's being weird. Oh, here it is.
Peters.
Yeah, I found it. Got it. I don't know why it's not showing me some of these people on the main screen.
Probably because I didn't fill in a full first name, maybe. I just literally put a first name.
No, this just happened with somebody that Emmett was working a minute ago. I don't really know what the reason is.
What's their acting up in
All right, they want to see 24, 36, 48.
Just 36 and 48. There's no special for 24 months, right? So there's really no reason to see that.
Well, I have to show you 3. So,
Oh, okay. Well, if you're going to print out the whole thing, work for me.
and did you say they had Sam's Club AAA?
Question though, he says he is not sure if it's active at the moment because they usually just auto renew it, but he doesn't know if it's active right this second.
Well,
If it's been recent, if he just activates it again, does it need to be active for some time or it just has to be active?
Yeah, it has to be active for 6 months. So, I would say let's leave it out until we find that out.
Okay.
But what's he looking at putting down?
I told him standards like 5K. What did you want to see? He said 5K sounds about right.
All right. So I'll show you 5 and 5,500 as well. So all you have to do is tell them that if the AAA does end up being active, then the $5,500 option would show you what your payment would be, but it
If
would
you had
end up
that.
being exactly, but it would end up only being 5K down.
Okay.
All right.
Sweet.
Get that printed out for you.
Sorry, live.
I just went live, yeah. That's okay. You didn't say anything crazy.
Playing it off the heat.
Well, it is hot. All right. What's going on, everybody? We have no heat. I'm sorry. No. I'm not uptight. What's going on, Cindy? How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How's everyone doing today? Is everyone having an awesome 4th of July weekend, doing cool stuff? Quota is up, sales are down. Is that for you, David? Do you have any advice for anyone trying to become a car salesperson? Yeah. Pick a dealership, reach out, let them know that you're interested. I mean, the beauty of this business is that dealerships are always looking for good people. Gonna have to use bleach on your shirt, you think so? Why is it? I mean, you're looking at an Instagram or a TikTok filter there. But unless I have a stain I don't know about. Colin, what's going on, brother?
Hi, babe. How are you?
Good. Live, by the way. What are your thoughts on the upcoming AMG wagon? I am thrilled. I cannot wait.
Well, the Dodge new demo.
Can't wait. Does your dealership have any $1 million cars? Yes, Mac, we do. We have an SLS Black Series. How to get out of 17K negative equity on a Mazda Canada? Ryan, you got to go with a EV lease with the big discounts and get them while you can, because the bill that was signed into law yesterday, those $7,500 lease cash incentives will be going away at the end of September. So we've only got 3 months left to use those.
We have 0 GLBs.
Mm-hmm.
I know you knew that on one.
Well, I mean, we had lots of demos.
Not here. Had a couple that they're just kind of doing a discovery process anyway. I hate to tell them I have nothing to show them, but if I don't, I don't, right?
Well, we do have a retired CVP. I mean, it should be, it's a red one. Should be retired anyway. Red beige.
Across the street, I did not see where
The sound is going in and out. Oh, that's not good. Sound is going in and out. Well, I apologize for that. Hopefully you all can hear me. Why does Mercedes have white leather for some cars but not for others? Joker, there's different paints and exterior and interiors that are available on different models. There's no rhyme or reason to it, really. I wish I had that answer for you. Have you seen a Mercedes 1? No, those did not get approved for the U.S., unfortunately. Nathaniel wants to get into the business. Cars are your second love. Do it, Nathaniel. If you love cars, get into the business. Let's go. Is a 2011 C300 a good car? Frank, I love the 2011 C-Class. That was that body style, very cool, kind of angular, edgy a little bit. What jobs do your customers have that can afford $1,000 payments with money down? A lot of business owners, a lot of people that, they work for Fortune 500 companies have done well. I mean, it's hard to say. A lot of financial advisors, insurance. Excuse me. Maurice, what's going on? Good to see you. I understand you got your new car this morning. Congratulations, and thank you for working with us. That new 1980 edition G-Class is amazing. I agree, Adam. It's hot. It's hot. I'm a big fan. Oh, it just started raining. I should go stand out. Is it raining, Don?
It's yes and no. It's like steady rain, but not really.
Man, I feel like I want to go stand outside. Marcus, I want that brown EQS. The brown EQS sedan sold. That one is gone. Kevin, BMW heavily leaning towards brown leather. You see Mercedes going down the same trend. We have a lot of brown leathers for sure. Our pleasure, Maurice. We really appreciate you working with us all the way from New York, I believe it was, right? Did we send that to New York? Or was it Florida? Got to remind myself. It all blends together sometimes. Florida, that's right. So, but anyway, yeah, I mean, we love getting the opportunity to meet some people that watch our videos online, and then we, make the process easy for them and ship the car right to them. So, South Florida, that's right. Yeah, it's this is always a nerve-wracking week to be shipping any cars because transportation companies have a habit of picking cars up right before a holiday and then just sort of parking them and not delivering them until after the holiday's over, which is never fun. But Pilot just bought a 2021 C43. That's awesome. Congratulations. Can I make $28,000 to $32,000 a month if I sell 30 units? I mean, possibly. Depends on where you work. How are the residuals on your leases? I mean, some are high, some are low, JB. I really wouldn't pay too much attention to residual values if you're asking from the perspective of how well the cars will hold value, because residual values are often made up. They are just a means to an end, right? A means to achieve a certain lease payment. Cinder, good afternoon. Does Mercedes-Benz offer financing for CPO 2024 GLE 580? Yeah. I mean, you can always finance the Mercedes-Benz Financial. It might not always make sense. A lot of times other banks will have better rates unless Mercedes has a special. I'm not sure. I'd have to look if they've got CPO specials on 2024s for this month. Sounds like the same exact problem on my old Toyota pickup with the wires over the exhaust manifold. I'm not sure if that was a response to somebody else's question. Thank you to everyone who's hanging out today. I appreciate it. Please, make sure you're hitting that like button and that thumbs up button. That really helps me out, and I do appreciate it. And if you are not following already, would love and appreciate a follow. Sandeep, absolutely. Residual values are often made up, right there. I mean, just to give you an example, residual value on a G63 for a 3-year lease is about 50%, right? Which we know is totally inaccurate. But the point is that Mercedes would be silly to put an accurate residual on a G63 because then there would be, they wouldn't make any money on the lease payments, right? And so when you've got cars that have overinflated residuals in order to be competitive, right? So good example of that is C300s, right? That's a very competitive segment. You've got the 3 Series from BMW, you've got Audi A4s, you've got all kinds of other non-luxury cars that are making really good products nowadays. If you want those lease payments to be nice and low for volume, you have to inflate the residual value, right? Because the higher the residual value, the less you're paying on over the course of the lease, and that means the lower the payment becomes. But then when those cars get turned in at the end of the lease, they are worth far less than that residual value, and so the manufacturer then has to eat that. So if you've got cars where you're losing money on residuals at the end of the lease, then on the ones that don't need to be incentivized because they sell really well, you're not going to have an inflated residual. You'll have a very low one. How do I know how to pronounce your name correctly? I don't know. I think I generally can getting names pretty good. Not always. Some of them are complicated, but Dan Ballard, any recommendations for a used MB for a new driver? Pre-owned, CPO, C classes, and GLCs. C class and GLC to me are the best entry models into the brand. They're extremely good values. They're very luxurious. They're just a really great way to start with the brand. What's up, John?
Boss man, can we just reprint this so I can get the little terms that should talk about the sales tax?
Say that again.
This usually prints out 2 sheets with the little terms and conditions that talk about the sales tax included in the lease.
You just have to print that from your end. Pick one term and print it. Right from the express store. How's the market for coupe SUVs? The market for coupe SUVs is always very strong. They're low production, high demand. They hold their value well, so they're rarely incentivized. And yeah, they hold their value well. I mean, those cars, a lot of it just comes down to basic supply and demand, right? You don't make a ton of them, and therefore they will hold value better. Does Mercedes offer factory tours in Alabama to the plant, to the public? That's a great question, Eric. I don't have an answer for that. Thoughts on natural gas cars? The used on it are pretty affordable. Not really an infrastructure out there to support a car like that, so I wouldn't be interested personally, but I don't know. If they start to mass produce them, then who knows? Could be a thing. I have a deal 10.5K off a new 2024 E450, worth the deal. Well, just that technically isn't a new car anymore. It might not be titled, but Mercedes doesn't recognize it as a new car anymore. So you might consider looking at a 2025. If you could get a good deal on a 2025, then it being a model year newer makes it probably $3,000 to $4,000 more valuable than a 2024. Does Mercedes offer free EV charging at dealerships for Mercedes? Well, if you have the 2 years of unlimited charging and the dealership has their charger on the EV Electrify American network, then you would get the free charging, yes. And to their customers, very possibly. It just depends. Are there discounts for particular memberships? Yeah, AAA, Sam's Club. Those are the military, Navy Federal, Morgan Stanley Reserved, lots of different membership discounts. Ross, I agree, the fire truck was totally insane. Loved it. What's up, Con? You need something?
Just want you to print me Tim's credit app, please.
Okay. Need a credit app printed out. All right, let's do that. Here you go, my friend.
Came in to get his seat fixed and he bought a vehicle. Still working on the CLE,
Okay.
so.
What's the situation there? Just doesn't love it, or?
No, he likes it. He just wants free ceramic like he got in his red car from Cabby. Because he's buying the clear film. So he's like, oh, can you package that for the one price of $29.85? And I'm just like, I can't, Tim. I appreciate you asking, but I can't.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I think that's literally the only hiccup.
Among.
He had the intention the car was worth $50,000, but after doing some fact finding and third party validation with CarMax and Carvana, I'm like, they're all the exact same number.
Yeah.
He's like, well, it's a V8. I'm like, I understand that. It's just, yeah.
V8s didn't go away. All right. Well, Zach, of course we could. We could do whatever we wanted, but that is not our business model, right? We give you our best price up front. I mean, in the past we used to do that kind of stuff, and we just realized it was inefficient. It wasn't fair, right? It's frankly, it's not fair if somebody asks for free ceramic and they get it, and another person doesn't get free ceramic because they didn't ask, right? So we just don't do it that way anymore, and it's the best decision that we ever made. Is it worth losing a sale? Yeah, to us it is, right? Because if we can't be 100% consistent, and then, we're just not being transparent, we're not giving everybody the same opportunity to get a great deal and to buy a car as everyone else. I mean, it's just, it's inefficient to do business that way. There's no other way I can say it, right? So I'm confident that we'll work it out, right? Because he's probably getting a much better deal this time around than he did last time, right? It's just all about how you package it, right? If you give somebody a better discount and a better overall deal, but you just don't give them something free, they might not think it's a better deal, but it is. Do you have a fan email where I can bounce my idea off of you about finding somewhere to get into the business? I mean, I have an email. It's in my, if you go to my link, the link in my bio, you can email me there. It's, but again, I get so many emails and DMs that I can't really reply to them in a super efficient manner, as much as I'd like to anyway. If you're I wouldn't say stay away from EVs. I would just say make sure you lease them, right? Just lease them. Lease them, take advantage of those amazing incentives. There's no reason to stay away from them. They're excellent, excellent cars. Hey, by the way, over on TikTok, if you send the little heart me gift, I think it's like 1 penny. If you send that puts you in the club. And then when you send a message or you write a question, your name is highlighted in red, so it's easier for me to see your questions. So there you go. I am Magic. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Did Jaguar commit brand suicide? I don't know, Mike. I guess we'll have to find out once they start making cars again. But it definitely was an interesting move that they made, that's for sure. Ralph, can you lease a CPO S-Class? No, not unless it is a former demo. Dave, man, thanks. I appreciate that. I am Magic. Any G-Wagons? I have a 2020. I don't have any new G-Wagons at this time other than G580s. Totally sold out of 550s and 63s. Fearsome Joy would rather pay $1,400 a month in my lease than $650 on the EV lease I had prior. Okay. I mean, if you value the car you have now that much more, I get it. All right, let's see. Can you find me a 6x6? Yes, I can. I know of one. If you want it, I know of one. You guys, that's so no, we're not so. We're very busy today. Very busy, but we're at the end of the day. I had wanted to hop on and say hello to everybody, and remember, I'm the GSM, so I'm not out there on the front lines, like all the salespeople are, right? So they've got to be available to. I go out and talk to everybody and say hello, but that's just part of it, part of the gig. A is a 2021 GLC 300 fully paid off. Nice, very, very good. Congratulations there. Paul, what MB is equal or close to a Land Rover Defender? Defender, again, the G-Wagon is going to be the closest thing we have to a Defender. Outside of that, there's nothing really that the Defender, like the G, is a very unique vehicle. Doesn't exactly have too many comparables, but GLE 350 would be a slight comparable. So I do have a client that is requesting to speak to me that's over in one of the offices, so I'm going to hop off because I don't want to leave you all hanging, and it is getting towards the end of the day. I'm sorry this was a quick one, but I do appreciate everyone coming to hang out, and I'm sorry that I couldn't get on sooner. Today was a little bit crazy, but thanks for hanging out for a little bit, and I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. So until next time.